While you are watching this video, I will talk about speeding. Is it such a big problem what it is said to be? Why so many drivers do not obey speed limits? Are there any means to end speeding, and should it be ended? There are many reasons why people are speeding, and why speeding is considered to be an important subject nowadays. The reason for speeding is simple. Car manufacturers produce faster cars than ever before, and at the same time the traffic authorities are making speed limits lower than ever before. It would be a miracle if drivers would obey speed limits, which they consider unreasonable. And because people are speeding, the authorities set speed cameras on the roadside, and the police is chasing speeders more efficient with a new technology. Talking about modern technology, it would be very easy to end speeding for good in a 10 years period, if this would be the real target. But it is not. Speeding is a big business, and many people gain from it. It would be a catastrophe for many, if speeding would really be ended, for instance by installing integrated GPS navigation and cruise control devices into vehicles. This will not be the path. Instead we will see faster cars and more traffic cameras and more police patrolling and more drivers punished. Who are those who profit from speeding? Car manufacturers, media, police and the government, for instance. Car manufacturers get more profit from big cars with big engines than from small cars with small engines. So they make big cars with big engines. And these cars are fast. 50 years ago a typical European family car had an engine of 50 or 60 horsepower. The top speed was about 140 kilometers per hour. Today a typical European family car has an engine of 150 horsepower or more, and its top speed is over 200 kilometers per hour. And 50 years ago the legal speed for most of the roads was higher than what it is now. Why people are buying faster cars than what they really need? The most important reason is the advertising. The car companies promote fast and sporty cars with powerful engines by all available methods. The correspondents and editors of car magazines are corrupted by car companies to write positive reports of expensive and fast cars. They give good points to a car if it has a good acceleration, and if it is capable of high speed. Readers of the magazines believe that they really need a car which has a top speed of 200 kilometers per hour or more. They believe so, even though they can never legally drive as fast. The media needs speeding because it is a good subject of news. When celebrities and politicians and other important people are caught from speeding, newspapers make juicy news about these incidents. When young drivers cause terrible accidents when speeding, it means big boosts for the tabloids. And speeding is also important for television, because it is a good subject of reality TV shows. The TV audience wants to see police chasing speeders. And for the police the speeding and everything which is connected with it, is one of the essentials of what it is to be a police officer. Chasing and punishing and humiliating speeders, especially if they are rich and famous people, is a fundamental joy of policemen's life. The police does not want the speeding to end. And the makers of traffic radars and speed cameras also do not want to end speeding. And, of course, the government needs speeders and their money. Would there be any alternatives for the present habit of how to regard speed limits and speeding? Of course there would. The fundamental reason for speeding is the difference between how fast drivers think it is safe and comfortable to drive, and what is the speed limit. The speed limit is set to a lower speed than the speed that drivers would naturally like to use. The principle of setting speed limits varies from country to country, but usually the speed limit is set to a speed that only 10 to 20% of the drivers would drive voluntarily. So most of the drivers have to reduce their speed because of the speed limit. Modern cars and modern roads simply are not technically designed to such a slow speeds. that speed limits require. This is the main reason for speeding. The best way to set speed limits would be a democratic process, in which the drivers could set their speed limits by themselves. Every car could have an integrated speed limiter and navigator, which would control the top speed of the car and transmit the speed data to the computer center, which controls the speed limiters. The speed limit would be 10% or something higher than what is the average speed of cars on the specific road. If the drivers would like the speed limit to be higher, they could push it upwards by driving faster. The speed limit would be based on the long-time average speed on the road. It could be different in different hours of the day or in different seasons. The speed limiter could allow a short time faster speed for passing by another vehicle. This kind of system would probably allow faster speeds than what today's speed limits require, but it would also make dangerous high speeds impossible. Speeds which are not legal today, but still possible. Overall, the traffic would be more relaxing and more safe and more democratic than what it is today. Thank you for watching this video.
Dreaming of a song, the melody haunts my reverie, but once again I am with you, when our love was new.